there! Today I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks with some ribbon that you might not know. So let's get to it. First of all, I'm going to show you how to gather this ribbon. This is a grosgrain ribbon with kind of a saddle stitch on the top. And a lot of us, myself included, will gather a ribbon by just doing a wide stitch on top and then just pulling through. But this one makes it easier. So I'm going to show you how. First I'm going to take my paper piercer, and I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going to put it underneath one of the stitches and pull it through the ribbon. Hopefully, preferably at the bottom end of it, so it's closer and easier to get to. So here, let's extend that a bit. Okay. Alright, and just pull it out. Okay, once you have that, you just start pulling your ribbon. It's a little tough to get started, but once you do, it's easy going from there. Okay. And you just gather down your ribbon as you pull. And you just keep doing this until you get the desired length of gather on your ribbon. Okay, super easy. Now another tip I have for you is a lot of the times that your ribbon or trim will come on cards, wrapped around cards. And so in order to see if you can see this, there's all those fold lines, and you don't want that on your card. So this is what I do. I take my flat iron and I warm it up. Make sure your flat iron is clean, or you're going to get all that hair product on your ribbon. Or you can have a flat iron specifically just for this. And I just lightly run it through. And make sure you don't stop, that you are continually moving that piece of ribbon, or there will be damage done that you won't want. And see, now that I've done that, my ribbon will be crinkle free. No more bends in it, no more folds in it. And I can tie it a pretty bow like I'd like. Alright. Another tip is actually how to tie a normal bow, like a regular bow. And I'll show you how I do that. It's different from when I tie it around a card, but this is something I can use for an embellishment or an accent. So what I do is I take my ribbon and I wrap it around my left forefinger, and I hold it and pinch it there. And then I bring the same loop, or the same piece of ribbon, and loop it around the back. And then I take this and push it through. Now I want to keep my thumbs in the loops. And then I pull. And then I can adjust the puffiness of my bow while doing this, pulling and adjusting as I go. And then I puff it, pull it, pull it, puff it. I like to make sure that the loops are equal on both sides. And there you have it. Super simple. Not hard. Takes a little bit of practice. I've been doing this a long time, so not that hard for me, but definitely practice makes perfect. And there you go. I hope that helped you out. And I will show you the finished product of my gathering skill. So we'll make a card now. Here I have this ribbon already pre-ruffled, and so we'll just make a card. Sound good? Works for me. I'm a card maker. It's what I do. Alright. So, I've got my supplies, and we're going to get to it. So, just going to take my card base and put my pattern paper on top. I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes I'll get so excited or go too fast, and I will not make sure that my fold is not where I need it to be, on top or the bottom, and I'll put my paper on upside down. And that's never a fun thing to find out when you're done. At least not for me, because this adhesive is not very forgiving. It's permanent when it says permanent. So, card base. Alright, now I'm going to do some stamping. And I'm using this You Are Amazing stamp by Simon Says Stamp. It's when they're on their inside and out sayings. And using VersaFine always on my sentiments because it comes out superbly and right how I want it to. So I'm going to put this a little bit more towards the top. And there you go. Super, super easy. Love it. I love this font. It's just really pretty. Makes me happy. Okay. So now I'm going to put my color that kind of breaks up the pattern. It gives it more, draws your eye more toward the sentiment. So we're going to do that first. Ooh, sounds like my adhesive is running out. Okay. Alright. That there. And then I'm going to want to put that a little bit farther. Oh, there we go. Okay. I always put before I adhere anything down, I always make sure to put it again upside down where I want it first without the adhesive. That way I know exactly what I want to do. And again, you'd think that I would have learned that right off, but no, I have to do the learning curve. I have to, experience the bad stuff. Alright, okay, so that looks, it's okay, it's coming along. So here's my gathered piece of ribbon. And I'm going to use my Crafty Power Tape, which is fabulous. Sorry about the bump. I used to use my ATG gun, but I honestly have not used that in probably about 3 years, I feel like. Okay, so what I'm first going to do, I'm going to put this on my ribbon. You can see that. Sorry, get out of the camera. The thing about the Crafty Power Tape, it's seriously amazing. It holds like no other. And you need to press down firmly on the backing to make sure that adhesive is adhered to the ribbon really good. Okay. So, perfect. I'm going to put it near the bottom of that sentiment because I'm going to wrap that gold taffeta that I just flattened with my flat iron around the top. Okay, and so then you just adhere to the inside. Get another extra piece for that. Just enough to get it into the inside of the card, and I'll just trim this excess I don't really need. Okay. Inside of the card. Okay, and so there you have a very basic. Okay, so moving on. I'm going to tie my ribbon around the gathered part, the gathered ribbon. Now this is how I'll show you how to make my other bow when it's actually tied around a card. This one may not be as forgiving. So we'll just hope it works. Okay. So you bring it to that and you hold it pretty tight, because I notice if I don't, then it comes all loose and not tight around the card like I'd like it. Basically the same process. Loop over and then through the back, but on the other side. And it sounds odd, but that's just how it ends up working. Here, let's just see if I can get it. It's usually when I'm on camera that things, go slower and or not the way I plan them to. But isn't that always the way? Alright, okay. So, once you get the loops through, you can adjust and pull and all that good stuff. Again, fingers in the loops to adjust fluffiness and pull and tease. Okay, and so I hopefully have figured out how to get this together. Alright, and there's my bow. Pretty good. So I'll just trim the edges. Fluff my loops. I'm a fluffer. That's what I do with my ribbon. Sorry. Wait, why am I apologizing? Okay. And there you have a bow. And that worked very well. And so now I'm going to put these little final touches onto my card. This is how I use most of my any adhesive or any rhinestones or pearls or anything that I have to put on with adhesive backed. I usually use my paper piercer because I can place it pretty much wherever I want and not have to worry about it. Picking up with my fingers is never something that I was able to do nicely, and that it was just more frustrating than anything. So I think we'll do another one. You know what? I think I'll go smaller again. Okay. There you go. And there you go. Just a little super simple card. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the tips, and I'll see you later.